I've said before that you have to laugh. You just really do have to laugh sometimes. And there are just too many people who are angry out there, and I get angry too. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty to be angry about. But I'm in a situation now where, the one social media that I have is is Instagram, which they suspended my main page for reasons that were never given on April 1st, and I started another page, and now it's pretty much back up to where it was before, with pretty much everybody almost everybody I'd had on board before. So I'm supposed to get my main page back in a month, but I don't trust these people, these Indian giver types, these heads of tech companies. They're not trustworthy. Their word means nothing. So anyhow, all of that is to say, when I'm on social media, and especially dissident voices, especially when I go to some place like Gab. I don't really like to dwell on Gab very much. Not that I don't like that it exists, or Parler. Parler, which exists again, but I'm not on it. I'm glad these places are around. I'm glad that all the free speech, alt tech places are around for all of their problems and all the things that I've said about BitChute and the difficulty to upload there. I'm really happy that these places are there. But there's a thing, there's this thing where I just can't, like, every day I scroll through and there's somebody with a new angry, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore kind of message. You don't have to be angry. It's not good to be angry all the time. I'll just say that. Take your anger, put it in a box, take that box, put it somewhere deep in your heart, store it there, and when the time is right to unleash it, then unleash it. But don't just indulge in it day after day after day, hour after hour after hour. It's not good for you. It's not good for others around you. It's just, you've got to ration your anger. And you've got to do clever things with it. You've got to find ways, again, to convert it into humor. So, what I'm going to talk about today is, something I saw. This is the absolute state of fact checking. Okay. And this was a real fact check thing. And I'm a little behind the curve, because this happened, I guess, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that. But you remember when Biden got on the plane and then he fell down going up the steps, fell down a couple of times, as he was going up the steps. Remember that? Well, this particular fact checker was, I think it might have been Snopes, was saying, you may have heard that President Biden stumbled while he was climbing up the steps to the plane, but the fact is he just sort of teetered a bit, but then he caught his balance and he was very spry and he ran all the way to the top of the steps again. So it's false news, it's fake news, it's whatever they're calling it. We're fact checking this whole notion that Biden stumbled and fell and looked like an idiot going up the steps to the plane. He didn't look like an idiot at all. He looked like a guy who really had it together. He was very, very presidential. He misstepped, but then rebounded, and everyone was awed with how he finished up that flight of steps. And you think I'm lying, you think I'm making this up. This is absolutely true. This is absolutely what an actual fact checker said. So it's like they're not even trying to refute actual facts, okay? Actual things that are actually true. They're also trying to refute perceptions that are plain to see before one's eye. I mean, I don't think the most ardent supporter of Biden would think that this was his finest hour. And he hasn't had many fine hours, minutes, much less seconds, much less hours. He's not all there. Let's face it. The guy is just again, I compared him to von Hindenburg, who was the chancellor just at the very end of the Weimar Republic. That's what Biden is to us now. But they want to try to say, no, you thought he looked like an idiot. You thought he looked clumsy and stupid when he stumbled going up the plane, but you're wrong, because he didn't really look that way. He stumbled a little bit, but then he really got it together, and he had the spry athletic stride as he climbed those last few steps up to the plane. This is what they want. This is what they're trying to sell us. You have to laugh. You absolutely have to laugh at crap like this. All right, it's no use getting mad at it. It's so absurd. It's so ridiculous, and it's for real. I wish I could find it. I'll go around. I'm sure you can find it if you look for it. Anyway, that's the actual state of fact checking today. Thanks for watching. My name's Andy Nowicki. Check out my work at altrightnovelist.com.